Hey, everybody out there in Cryptid Land. Me and my buddy Dirty have some special people coming on with us tonight. Craig and Paul from Penn Ohio Cryptid Research. We're going to be talking a little bit of Dogman. We're going to be talking a little bit of UFOs. And we're going to be talking a whole lot of Bigfoot. So join us tonight on the Cryptid Quest Podcast. Hey, everybody out there in Cryptid Land. We've got a couple really cool guests with us tonight. We got Paul and Craig from Penn Ohio Cryptid Research. And I want to welcome them to the show. How you guys doing tonight?
Great. Doing good.
Great. Yep. Good deal. So the name, as you just explained it to me, is you guys are right by the Pennsylvania border you're in Ohio, but the Penn Ohio name comes from that. You're right on the border.
Yeah, we're in Pennsylvania, but we're 5 minutes from the Ohio border, so we do both states.
That's cool. That's a good area to be in.
Yeah,
you can't really beat it. So what kind of research are you guys involved in?
You want to go for it?
Mostly cryptid, Bigfoot, mostly. We just started. Just recently gotten a couple reports of Dogman, so we just started kind of looking into that just this year. We haven't really gotten into it much.
Yeah.
Because it's only been 2 reports, but it gives us something else to look into in the area. So mostly, like I said, though, it's been Bigfoot. UFO. We get a lot of UFO reports. So,
well, you guys are right in my wheelhouse then. I love hearing about Dogman. I've been doing a lot more of the UFOs lately, UFOs and aliens.
Tons.
Yeah. Bigfoot's my favorite. So what kind of evidence are you guys finding on Bigfoot up there?
Did you get a chance to check out our Penn Ohio Cryptid Research Facebook page?
No, I didn't, but I'm going to check it out right now. While we can do that while we're on here. So it's the Penn Ohio
Cryptid Research.
Yep. Let me type that in. So while I'm looking that up, you guys get a lot of reports, like as far as sightings and stuff.
That's how we started off with.
Yeah.
Paul knew somebody that had a sighting in an area, and that's where we started investigating, and then it was another area, and then we get reports now too. People, words got out that we're researchers, and So.
Yeah, the first report we got was from a hunter. Said he saw tracks in an area where he goes hunting. So we went out and checked it out, and we got the cast prints, and about 150 feet above that on a cliff face, we found a big A structure, which pictures are on the Facebook page there.
Yeah, I'm checking them out right now. You guys do a lot of stuff.
We've come across a lot of stuff. We're in a hot spot. I'm gonna tell you right now, we're in a hot spot.
Oh, I know you are.
There's more than just like right on top of like Bigfoot's activity. I mean wood knocks, and we've had tree structures. We found tree structures. We've had recorded whistles. We've recorded howls. Right on top of that, we have all this other strange, unexplained stuff happens too. So you can see some of the pictures.
I'm checking them. I'm looking at them right now.
I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
When we put our game trail cameras out, we always put a camera on a camera, mainly in case somebody steals our camera.
Originally,
that's why we started off that way, because somebody stole our camera.
Things started happening.
Yeah.
So we decided, okay, this double camera thing, we're going to keep doing because of these weird anomalies that were happening. So go ahead.
But do you see those glowing figures? Those glowing silhouettes? There's 3 pictures of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's on that we've set our cameras out. Now we leave the cameras in for 2 to 3 weeks. We back out. We don't go in and mess in the area. We go to a different area and move like rotate. So we go back there. There's those 3 pictures on the one, and then there's 150 blank pictures, just black, not but the camera was stripped 150 times. The other camera that was facing that camera, all it had on was a picture of Paul turning the camera on and a picture of Paul turning the camera off. It didn't catch nothing. And those, you could clearly
if you look at those 3 pictures. The first picture is 2 balls of light. Then the second picture, you can start to see the silhouettes. And then the third picture is full-blown, 2 full silhouettes standing there.
Wow.
I had a guy from JPL does the photographs and stuff. Checked him out. He has no clue, no idea, anything what could have caused any type of flare or anything else on that camera of what those could be. Now, about a year later, about 200 yards from that same location, we set up cameras in the same general configuration, and we captured those photos. I think those photos are up there as well.
You can see 3 like orbs.
There's an orb that come through, and we captured it on one camera, but not the other camera. Same.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nothing. The other camera didn't catch nothing.
Yeah.
But if it would have been somebody walking through the woods with that any kind of artificial light, the other camera would have caught it.
Right.
Oh, 100%.
And it did.
Bizarre.
Wow.
And right on top of that, we had a tree ripped down in front of us. We've had wood knocks. We've had rocks thrown at us.
Yes. So.
You know, there's a lot of this one spot we go to, we don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
We were out there now this happened to us twice. And we've been investigating for 8 years. We're sitting there now, this like 11:30 at night. We're a mile and a half in, pretty close to a mile and a half in on an old dirt road, one way in, one way out. The reservoir to our back. We're sitting there, and all of a sudden, this field just starts lighting up. Then it starts dimming back down. Then it lights back up. And then we have pictures of that too. You can see a picture of a field lit up. That's about a mile and a half into the woods. We got up and went out.
Bizarre.
No cars coming. No cars. No. There was nothing. And then, we have our equipment set up, and all of a sudden, we start hearing it. We thought it was rain, but it was this tree right next to us just started shaking like crazy. You ever see a documentary of like a harvester goes and harvests like pecans or something? This machine grabs this tree and shakes the daylight out of it. Yeah. But this tree started doing. One tree.
I've been out.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we even talked to the Army Corps of Engineers. That's who manages the properties in the area.
Yeah.
And they asked us if we didn't say a word, and they asked us if we had ever noticed that field lighting up, because they don't go down there by themselves at nighttime.
Yeah.
Wow.
They refuse to go down in there unless they have somebody else with them.
So when you say it lights up, is it just you don't see a physical light, or is it just a glow over the whole field?
The field, you can see the picture. You can see it just like glows, man. It's like a baseball.
It's
stadium.
like centered. It's like it looks like a big spotlight just in the center of the field, going up, and then it dims back down. It's only happened 2 times in 8 years. Wow. And then after the
pictures
tree
don't do it justice.
Yeah, the pictures don't do it.
I'm sure they usually don't.
No.
Yeah, it is crazy though.
Wow.
But right after the tree started shaking the first time, and this happened twice too. What I'm going to tell you, we started seeing these shadows moving around us. Well, Paul started just rapid fire taking pictures, and he caught one, and we blew it up, and you can actually see a face in the shadow.
Yeah, that's up there as well.
So what did the face look like? Can you really get
an owl? Yeah. I think it looks like an owl.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like an owl's face. If you when you look at it real blown up.
There's three of them.
Yeah.
There's the original one that Paul got. You can still see the eyes in it. Then there's another one blowed up a little bit more, and you can still see the eyes. And then the face becomes more prevalent. Yeah,
It's just this little comma-looking thing, about probably 3-4 feet tall, and you could just catch them out the corner of your eye.
and they were moving all around us.
And so I just started snapping photos, just hoping.
You guys didn't end up with any lost time during that, did you?
No. We started, and we really started recording this stuff because of that. We didn't know.
Yeah.
As soon as we check our time on the cameras and stuff now.
Yeah, we started paying attention to that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, it sounds like that's a hotbed for a lot of stuff.
I'm telling you, there's some stuff going on.
a lot of UFO reports, a lot of UFO sightings. So
And we started out just looking for we thought we were looking for just a big monkey,
Yeah.
I mean, we have found definite footprints, tree structures and stuff that goes along right with Bigfoot, but in this one spot, all this other stuff happens on top of it too.
yeah.
Have you guys ever witnessed any of the orbs in person, or you just got them on?
One time up at another spot we did.
Craig did.
I seen one coming through the trees, and it was going through the trees, and then it just
Like dissipated?
just dissipated right in front of
Wow.
Yeah. It was up too. It was probably 25 feet up coming through, because we were on the side of a mountain.
Yeah.
And we were call blasting off the side of this mountain.
Yeah.
And I told Paul, I said, I'm telling you, I see a light coming through the tree, and you don't know. So I mean, somebody could have been down there shining, but I didn't see any kind of all I seen was the orb coming, and maybe for 4 or 5 seconds, and then it just
Was it heading like your guys' direction?
kind of off down even with the ridge.
I got you.
And we were up. It was coming towards us, but not directly towards us.
All right. Well, that'd make me feel a little better. I've been chased by an orb before, and it's not a very good feeling. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, I thought it was a drone, and it's nighttime, and it took me, and I'm like, this thing's following me, and it's like right at the top of the tree line, and it's everywhere I went, it was going with me, and I was like, holy cow! I'm like, this ain't no drone. So, that's scary stuff.
Yeah. But we're definitely in the. We don't have a clue what's going on at their camp. And we don't know.
Yeah. So I imagine you guys probably up in that area get a lot of reports of UFOs. Do you get just as many reports of UFOs as you do Bigfoot, or is it?
I think so.
Pretty even.
Pretty
Pretty
close.
even.
Very close.
I get pictures sent to me, UFO photos and stuff over the lake that's nearby all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm super intrigued with Dogman. So the 2 reports that you got, do you mind? Can you guys talk about them a little bit?
Well, they were secondhand reports.
They were secondhand.
They weren't direct.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I like secondhand. If you want to talk about it, it'll be third hand now.
The one was the guy driving down the road, and it ran across the road in front of him. That was his report. It darted across the road right in the area where we have all that weird stuff going on.
Yeah.
And the second one was what's her name? Wasn't it what's her name? Seen it out. Wasn't it near Big Ben?
Oh yeah. She as the crow flies from where the second area was, maybe 4 miles, 3-4 miles. Yeah. But in that same area, there's an old area Indian burial site there too. So
that seems to I've noticed when I interview people and stuff, it seems like anybody that's had an experience at on or near an Indian burial site, it's not just like one simple thing. It's a whole array of craziness.
Yeah, there's craziness going on out
See,
here.
that's what, when I started researching the dog man after these 2 reports in the area, and then, started getting into this whole Indian burial ground and stuff, I started all this other stuff that's happening. Like you say, I'm wondering how much of this is attached now to this Indian burial ground stuff, and how much of this is all related to the paranormal side of
Yeah. So, have either one of you gentlemen witnessed a Bigfoot, or?
Oh yeah. Well, we seen I seen Eyeshine twice, and we've had rocks thrown at us 5 times. Paul actually had a sighting.
I had a sighting.
Let's hear about it if you don't mind.
About 7 years ago, I had my sighting. I was up in Cook's Forest. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's a big national
Allegheny National Forest.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I was up there with my wife. We was driving around on one of the old logging roads, and in the evening, and I stopped the truck to get out and do some knocks, goofing around. My wife, of course, she's like, "No, don't do it, And so I stopped. There's a bunch of storm damage up there from tornadoes that had gone through, and had a whole big row of pines that were all knocked down. So I stopped and I did a knock, and a couple more knocks, and my stick broke. So I took my stick and I threw it. And when I looked up, I saw it stand up from behind a bunch of down pines. I saw the whole, from the hip up to the side of the head, from it on its left, it would have been its left side. And it just stood up and walked away from me. And I took off the direction to see if I could get a better look. My wife is screaming in the truck, "Get back in the truck, get back in the truck. We're leaving. She's panicked. So I come running back to the truck and hopped in the truck and tried to pull up more so I could say I never saw it again. But I went back the following weekend, took my dad up, and we went up and walked in there. And in order for me to see what I seen, it had to have been at least 7 to 8 feet tall.
Wow.
And it was a brownish gray color, kind of a little more brown than your gray on your shirt is. Or like the gray.
Okay.
I got you. Brown in it, but yeah. It was the greatest thing ever. It was the greatest. I'm 100% believer. I seen it.
You can't. You see one, you can't just say, "Hey, it don't exist anymore."
I've seen the eye shine when we've been out, but that day, that done it for me. I'm done. I know it's there. So
So the eye shine that you picked up, did it happen while you were investigating, or was it just something that?
Well, the first spot we started investigating is where it happened. Now we're, again, this is probably 11 o'clock at night. We're probably up a creek on private property, a private farm, maybe I'd say a third of a mile, quarter of a mile up.
You got to remember now, this is like we first started. The only thing we had is flashlights and some.
We had one Generation 3 or Generation 1
cheap
night
thing.
Oh yeah.
It didn't record or nothing though. So,
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
We're sitting. I'm sitting like this way, and Paul's sitting maybe about 15 feet between us. He's sitting looking, so we have each other's backs, so these things ain't going to sneak up on us if. So, but now we have headlamps on. So we got into the woods and we did a couple knocks, and we thought we heard a knock, but we didn't want to jump to conclusions right away. So we just sat there, and then we're just sitting there waiting, just in the dark, and we start hearing like along the creek on my side, maybe about, I don't know, probably about 35 yards away, we could hear stuff rustling around. So I turned my headlamp on, and there's the eye shine. It's like an amber color, like an orangish red, and and it's looking like this, and then it goes behind a tree, and then it comes back out, and then it goes behind a tree. So we're not even thinking about putting the thing on. We're like, what's going on here? Like you know, when this stuff happens, you don't think about doing stuff. You're so like, wow, what's going on? So we got this thing pinned down, and then all of a sudden we hear this crashing through the canopy of the tree, because there was a cliff face across the creek, about 150 feet up. This big rock lands right between me and Paul.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you never seen two old fat guys jump up out of a lounge. I pulled a hamstring muscle for jumping up out of that chair.
Oh, I bet.
And then I told Paul, I said, listen, everything I read about these things, like if they start throwing rocks, they want you to leave. So that was the only time we ever left.
Yeah, that was our first experience with a rock. So
how big was the rock?
About a softball size.
Yeah.
Big enough to take your head off.
Oh, it could have killed us.
Yeah.
That's the
point.
point.
And it landed like right between us. I mean, it was like.
And it landed right between you, because that's where it wanted it to land.
Where it wanted it.
Right between us.
It was.
And then, the other one, it sprung the other one. There was two of them.
Had to.
Oh,
there
definitely.
had been two. The one he knew we had them pinned down with the lamps, and here come the rock.
So well, that's their tactic, man. It seems like that's their tactic a lot. They're usually not alone, and if you got one in a spot where it can't get out of, all of a sudden you're going to get activity coming from a different area.
And that's what happened. I'm 100% convinced that's what happened there.
I'd be pretty convinced too. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So out of you say you guys get a lot of reports and stuff. Are there any that like really stick out in your mind that are just like, wow?
One that really wows me is we was going into a spot one night, and we had a couple guys coming out they were duck hunting or goose hunting, one or the other. And we ended up talking to them for a little bit. And one guy said his dad had a sighting, and he'd let him know, that we did investigations, and hopefully he'd talk to us, because his dad pretty much refused to talk to anybody about it, really. But he would let him know. Well, his dad got a hold of us, and he said, okay, I'll tell you guys this story one time, and I'll never say it again, and no name, no nothing, but I'll tell you my story. He was out hunting in the area where we was at. He was up in his tree stand. Buck come out. He shot it. He waited a few minutes, left it go, and it dropped. He waited a little bit. He started to climb down out of his tree stand. He got down to the bottom of the tree stand, and this 7-8 foot tall brown hairy thing stepped out of the woods, scooped that deer up with one arm, and carried it off. He said, I was so afraid and so scared, I just stood there with the rifle. He said, I had no idea what to do. I was froze. I just watched it carry my deer away, and that was it. And I've never hunted there again. And he doesn't even go out hunting anymore. So, and that was 20 some years ago, he said. So
holy cow. Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, they do seem to gravitate towards hunters, and I wonder, and it makes me curious on whether it was actually like maybe shadowing him, seeing if he'd get a deer, or maybe he heard the shot and then came in.
He came. Yeah.
So that's something intrigues me.
That for me, that was probably the best story that I think, for me that we've gotten. But we had a Navy SEAL tell us a couple stories.
That's what led us to this spot.
Yeah.
Where we ran into these hunters. We were sitting up at
Oh.
another spot close to where that dog man sighting was. The one that I told you was about 4 miles from where we have all the crazy activity. Well,
Mhm.
we're set up. I mean, where we go, it's all out old country roads. There's hardly anybody moving around. But and we go and we'll set up earlier, like before it gets dark. We'll make a little bit of noise, and then we just just wait. You're not going to sneak up on these things. So
Yeah.
we're sitting there. It's still daylight out, and this car comes by slow. So Paul had on his truck, we have our emblem on the truck, Penn Ohio Cryptid Research, and he's seen the Bigfoot. So he went by, and then all of a sudden we seen the same car come back, and he pulls up and he starts talking to us. He was a Navy SEAL, and he told us, he said when I seen the Bigfoot sign on your vehicle, he said I had to come back. He said when I was a kid, he said I was in back where around the area that I lived. I was back there sled riding. He says I know what I saw. He said I saw a Bigfoot. He said I don't care what anybody says. I know what I saw, and that's what led us to that area. In about wasn't even a couple weeks.
Yeah.
We were out there investigating, and that's when we ran into these hunters. Now we do have recorded wood knocks and stuff out there, but the only thing about that place, there's a lot of swamp.
It's a swamp, so it's.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Then the mosquitoes are just I mean, you could have hoodies on and they're biting you through the hoodie and
Oh
everything.
no.
You got to put net on. It's
a terrible place to invest.
That's probably why they hang out there.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Man,
spot.
oh man.
I mean, we go back out there, but we you got to really spray down and stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's actually one of the worst parts about investigating Bigfoot is dealing with all the other critters out there.
Yeah.
Worried about snakes and I hear my buddy Sean Forker, he got the Lyme disease not long ago.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the ticks.
Holy cow! Yeah, I don't want none of that stuff.
Yeah.
We get a lot of raccoons come up to us.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
They come right up. Yeah.
Possum fell out of the tree the one time we were there.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Paul spun around so flat. He had that 45 out in a hurry. Fell out of the tree.
Oh, I imagine.
Scared me, man.
Yeah. No, I'm going to be the last person to bust your balls about getting scared in the woods when it's dark. I know.
He had that 45 unholstered and pulled around so quick on it, you wouldn't have had a chance.
Well, it just got, these creatures, I believe that if they're going to take you out, they're going to take you out,
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure it's probably happened because I don't think they're all, so
docile.
Docile. That's a good word. Yeah. I'm sure they're not also docile that they're just gonna be like try to scare you and walk away, even though it seems like the majority of them are. From the encounters I hear, it's mostly they do stuff just to try to get you to leave, like bluff charges and I'm do you guys have any theory on the wood knocks? Keep talking about the wood knocks. Do you have any theories on why they do that? I'm curious. I don't know. Go ahead.
I don't know. I think it's just a thing. Hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
Or I'm in the area. Is there anybody else around?
Do you get a lot of howls? Do you guys hear a lot of howls out there?
Yeah, we have. It's not like happen all the time occurrence, but the best one. I think the best one we had one night. We actually had three separate.
That's cool. Tell me about that because I had something similar.
We was on this real high that place
where the orb was, on the cliff face, on the cliff side,
where we got the footprints and that big A-frame structure was on that side of that cliff face there, and I did a couple whoops and some yells, and Craig did some yells, and we got a response. Well, right after we got the response, we got a response from must have been from that one. come from the other end of the valley, and then one right down below us, like right in the middle of the valley. Well, then those three started whoop, and I would whoop once in a while, and then another one would whoop, and so we had three of them going. At least it sounded like three,
no, I bet it was.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
it was awesome to have three
separate. Yeah, I've had a similar situation where it was four of them, and they, just like you said, they were sounding off in different directions. It was four different directions. What time of day was it?
It was at night.
It was about 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it happened to me, it was right at dusk, but I wasn't making any noise. I was in the area, and I was actually walking back to my car and getting out of the woods, and that's when I heard it. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. And it sounded like they were answering each other.
That's what this
appeared to be too.
It was like they were communicating. So,
yeah,
it was cool. It was cool as heck. So.
Oh yeah. It's good. Make the hair stand up on the back of your neck, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, because it's there and like Craig, you hearing this? You heard it,
Yeah.
Great. So,
you guys, you ever get any? I know you say you got reports on Dogman, Bigfoot, and the aliens. You ever get anything else outside the box?
Well, this happened across the valley from where this happened with these whoops and stuff from multiple directions. We were set up on the other side. Now this area, it's a big state game lands, and it's like huge. Okay, I mean it's huge, and where we were at, there was no moon. I mean it was dark. I mean you couldn't see your hand this far in front of your face. It's just me and Paul. We're sitting up at this one spot, and Paul's hearing's a little bit better than mine. So he goes. He no, it's pitch black. He goes, "You hear those kids giggling?" I said, "No." So I put the game ears on, and then I could hear them. I'm gonna tell you what, where we were at, if there was a kid in the woods, he wouldn't have been giggling. He'd have been crying.
Yeah,
been scared. It was so dark, and
it wasn't one kid.
It wasn't one. Yeah. And in the same area now, we put our game troll cameras in there. I'm going to be 70 years old in September, and I've been hunting my whole life, fishing my whole life. Paul's been hunting and fishing his whole life. I've never seen this. We're in this little patch of woods, and all through this woods, there was sticks, maybe 4, 5, 6 foot high, stuffed in the ground. All through the woods, there must have been 300 of them stuck in this little patch of woods.
Bizarre.
And that's where the noise, that's where the giggling was coming from. So we don't know, they could have been juvenile Bigfoot.
Oh well, where I'm getting ready to go with this is the people I've interviewed. There's a few of them that are actually like pretty big name researchers, and they have a theory. And actually, more than one person has this theory that the small baby Bigfoot do that. The juvenile or the smaller ones.
Well, they see the big ones doing it. They see the big ones pile driving the big
that
ones.
Could be.
They're just emulating what they're seeing.
I don't know.
So,
but it's weird.
That is weird.
My gun out, Paul had his gun out. Well, I wasn't playing with these giggling kids. I mean, I was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so dark too, and that was probably the spookiest time that I had.
Yeah, we left.
Yeah, we stayed about another half hour, and we was like, we were just looking for a reason to go.
Yeah, I'd say a bunch of disembodied laughing coming from these dark, creepy woods would be enough for me to go too.
Yeah, they could get on you in a hurry. You wouldn't be able to see them because it was so dark. We had our headlamps, but that.
Yeah.
We try not to light them up.
Do you guys get? I know you said the UFOs. You got any really good UFO like sightings, or do you have any alien sightings?
What, at the parade?
Oh, that was a Christmas parade.
Yeah,
right?
we're
Christmas parade.
It was. Yeah, we live in this little town. Okay.
Uh huh.
And I'm sitting on the porch, okay, and Paul's on. He lives across the street from me.
50 people out here on the street.
Yeah, at
Watching the
least
parade.
50 people seen it.
At least.
Yeah. Well, I'm sitting there, not too far from us. Just we could be there in 10 minutes. There's an Air Force base, and these big Air Force planes come. What are they?
C-130.
C-130.
Oh yeah.
Fly over all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I see these two lights coming towards me. I'm sitting on my porch looking this way, and I see these two lights, and like I said, they're flying this way. But I'm not hearing no noise. Okay, usually you can hear them.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the two lights go like this into one light.
Huh.
I'm like, that ain't no plane.
No.
And I yelled at Paul across the street, and then everybody started looking at it. We recorded it. We have video of it going up and down.
All the people out here on the street all took video too, was watching it. And they all sent me the videos, you know, and I'm out here on the street collecting all these videos from everybody and everything. And yeah, I mean, like I said, there was 50 people, at least 50.
At least 50.
They watched this thing come over, and it just sat. This big ball just sat out here.
Just hovered,
and watched the parade. And then it kind of drifted away a little ways. And then me and my daughter went out back of my house to see if we could see it anymore, because it had gone far enough you couldn't see it over the houses. So we went out back and got out there, and I went to get my camera out, and it just was gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was crazy. So that was probably the best sighting that we've had. It wasn't even an actual report. We just actually
we were just there. We were just there and happened to see it.
All these people at the Christmas parade saw it even. So but,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty
cool.
Pretty
that is cool. So you guys got any like big plans for the summer on doing any outings or anything, or
we just go out when we can. We're both
go out when you can.
Yeah. So we just hop in and
we go, because we can beat all the furthest spot we go to in the probably 45 minutes away. You know, is the furthest. But now we've been down to what's that? Forbes National Forest down by Somerset County. Almost in West Virginia. We were down there. We found a big footprint, and we had 18 recorded whistles. We
got a video on YouTube of that.
On our Facebook page, there's a YouTube link to go there. You can hear the whistles.
Oh, okay, cool.
18 of them.
We had one of the groups down there. They've recorded whistles as well, and they contacted us and said, "My God, the whistles you guys got are amazing. It's one of the greatest recordings we've ever heard, you know." And we could hear this thing circling us.
Breaking branch.
Whistling. That's scary, man.
Yeah, it was a little nerve wracking. You know, the hairs were standing up. So because it was making a ruckus.
Well, Paul downloaded an app too, and it's an app of known animals in the area that we're in. So he played the sounds that we've recorded, and one come back like a barn owl or something. But the whistles and these whoops and screams and stuff, they come back known animal.
Unknown animal, not human.
Not human.
So
and the whistles were that too.
Yeah, well, Box, you put that in.
They were like powerful whistles. They weren't just. They were, and this thing was breaking branch going through. It started off on the left and it ended up on the right.
That's scary, man. Because when you hear them going through the woods, that's another thing I don't understand. I seriously don't understand it. You get some people that have encounters, have visuals, and the creature, they say, it just boom and it was gone, but it didn't make a noise. And it's like, how in the hell? But then you have others, which that happened with my encounter. I could hear it. It sounded, sounded huge.
Yeah.
People sound like a freight train coming through the woods, but then you never see it.
Well,
the first that night, we've never seen it. You heard it.
The first tree that we had ripped down in front of us, we were going in to retrieve our cameras, and there was a marsh, and there was like cattails. This was back before we had a lot of equipment, but now we got police body cams we put on as soon as we get out.
Oh, cool.
But we're walking in to get our cameras out, and on this other behind these cattails on the other side of the marsh, this tree just starts whipping back and forth and crack, and then you hear this thing take off running through the woods. It sounded like King Kong. Yeah, we went in, we found the tree. We went in and looked for the tree. It was about this big around, and it was a live tree. It wasn't dead. It was a live tree.
And did it snap at it or pull it out?
It right off.
Pull it out?
2 foot up.
About 2 foot
Oh.
up.
25-foot tall tree.
Good
Snap.
Lord.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine the power that would take.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I can't even break a sapling.
That's what we said. You try to take like your live limb that big.
Yeah.
Try to bust it. You can't do it.
No.
And
That's
this thing, three swings back and snap, and then it took off running. And
it sounded like a train running through the woods, man. I mean, it was crazy.
Thud, going through the woods.
Oh my God.
We took off running towards it, trying to get there. I'm trying to get my phone out, of course.
We couldn't get there in a hurry because there was all kinds of jagger bushes.
Guys are nuts. Running after these things. Nuts.
It was daytime.
This was daytime. I got a 357 and Paul got a 45. So you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I still don't think I'd want to go face to face with it.
We found
Thought maybe I'd at least get something running away.
Yeah. So if you guys got guns, you can imagine how I felt when all I had was one arrow when I ran into one. I'm like, I might as well take this arrow and just stab it in my own neck.
Put yourself out of your misery.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, like I said, we only left the one time.
Yeah.
We said we're not doing that no more.
Yeah.
And my theory is, we go to the same spots all the time. Okay. And I honestly think if something was going to happen, it would have happened by now.
I agree.
We've had encounters, and I think they might even.
They probably recognize you by now.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. I think they do.
You're like, there's them two ding dongs again.
Yeah. Well, I can almost guarantee it. That might be why you guys are getting so much action, because after the area I was in, after a while, it seemed like they knew when I was there, and when I was leaving, they'd be like, whoop, whoop. Yeah. That's when I'd hear stuff. They'd know so I'd whoop back at them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think they get used to you coming into their area as long as you're not doing anything stupid and bothering. Maybe the times they chased you out, that was just like, hey, we're having family fun night. Get the hell out tonight. Come back tomorrow.
Yeah, it's movie night.
Yeah, movie night. We'll deal with you fools tomorrow.
Yeah, could be. I don't know.
I don't know. I just love talking about it and getting people's thoughts on different theories, what they, think about this and that. Now, I know nobody knows, what the actual answers are. I hope one day we find out.
Yeah. But, I think there's a little more to it than just the monkey going into the woods.
Oh, 100%. I do too. I think, honestly, go into a little bit of the woo. I don't want to be wrangled into the woo group, but I honestly think that they can do things with their mind that we can't.
I just think if it was just a dumb monkey, we'd have found them.
Oh yeah.
We'd have found them.
Yeah.
We haven't.
Way more intelligence there than what we even have a small grasp on. So
yeah.
There's a little more going on than we know. I mean, I'm not saying I know what's going on. I'm saying I don't know what's going on. Only that, and if it wasn't for the fact that we've been doing this for 8 years. We put a lot of time in the woods, and this stuff has happened to us. We have other stuff we didn't even put on there. We have on our recorders and stuff, but this stuff. Why is it? Who in their right mind is going to be out there doing that? You know what I mean? There's extra stuff going on out there. I'm 100% guaranteed, convinced.
Yeah, you ain't got, a million hillbillies out there in the woods doing this and just happen to be in the right place at the right time just for somebody that they don't know is going to be there to hear them.
We got
that
guns.
Shit ain't happening. You got guns.
Yeah. Who's gonna sit in the woods and throw a rocket?
Yeah, I was gonna see you two get out in the woods and hey, let's throw a rock at them and see what happens.
Yeah.
No.
I'm an odds guy. What's the odds of
that? Yeah. I know what would happen to them if that happened here in the Ozarks. They'd get shot.
Probably.
Same thing here.
I mean,
yeah.
There's definitely something else going on.
Oh yeah. I can't wait till the day we find out. I really can't. I hope it's in my lifetime. Oh man, I hope it's in my lifetime.
Me too.
So
I'm a knower too. I'm not I know.
Oh, I know they exist. I just want to know all the other stuff.
Yeah. I'd like to know too. But there's a lot of things I'd like to know. What's going on. How are they doing this that we're not being able to get them?
Yeah. That's where my theory is. Because they've proven that telepathy and telekinesis and all that, humans can do it. We've just lost we just don't really, our minds aren't, our ability is in our mind, but we don't know how to tap into it.
Right.
I think, and this is my own personal opinion, I think they know how to tap into it. So when I hear people talk about mind speak, I think they can do that. I personally think they can. I don't, and you can call me crazy if you want, but once again, that's with the people that are like strictly flesh and blood and they can't now. You know what? You don't know any more than I know.
No.
So don't call me stupid when you don't know.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
Now, what I think too is I think a little bit along that lines too. But my thinking is why me and Paul do have action is they know we're in the no kill camp. The last thing I want to do is kill one just to prove it. I don't want to do that.
No.
I have but I'm going to defend myself too. What I mean? And I think they know that we're not there to.
I agree.
And I think they could just sense about you.
Or maybe they can get into your mind and you don't even know it.
We don't know.
I don't know. I think I'd be more scared of the other people running around in the woods than them.
Oh yeah.
So
You're right there.
We're rolling up on like the hours. Anything? Any other things you want to talk about before we get off of here? Like anything you want to share?
Well, so I was talking about sharing. We share with anybody. Like if anybody says, like what's
we're not them crypto zoologists that don't share stuff.
Okay, well, hey, tell people where they can get a hold of you at, and
on Facebook. You can message us. You can text us. You can call us. Numbers are there.
Penn Ohio Cryptid Research. Yeah.
Yep.
Penn Ohio.
We'll talk to anybody.
Right here on the screen. I see it.
We will talk to anybody, and if you got any thoughts on any of our pictures or anything, please put it out there. We're more than happy. If you can debunk or whatever, please. We're open.
Well, and that's another thing. Thing when you bring up a good point. I don't get mad when people debunk and they say, well, because not everything is Bigfoot. And that just drives me nuts when you get certain people that are like that. Everything's big. I heard a twig snap. That's a Bigfoot. No.
We try our best to go through the process. Well, like when we're looking for like tree structures and stuff, and we look at we look at for root balls. We look for like where did this limb come from? That it's in this, we don't just jump to a conclusion. That's Bigfoot.
That's perfect.
We don't do
now
that.
you guys are doing it right.
Yeah. What we think, what we find, and you know what? Here's what we found. Here's what we reported.
Well, hopefully all the assholes in the Bigfoot community are treating you all right.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
We've come across a few.
Yeah.
You always do. There's a yeah.
And just for the record, we started off in the flesh and blood. Because that's what we thought we were looking for.
Yep.
But after being out there, I know personally I am in the 100%. I have no clue what's going on out there. Yeah. I have no clue.
I was doing the same thing, man. I started out, it's flesh and blood. Then I'm like, I just don't know. There's something else going on here.
Yeah. There's Bigfoot out there. I know but there's other stuff going on too. What if it's connected? I don't know. Yeah. We don't know. We don't know if it's connected or not, but we do know that it's happening right on top of this Bigfoot area that we're in.
Bam. Well, you guys keep at it and find us something good.
All right.
We're looking.
All right. Well, guys, I have to say thank you for coming on tonight. We sure enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed it, and I know the viewers are going to enjoy it. And keep us posted if you guys find anything really cool. Sure. And everybody else out there in Cryptid Land, keep it creepy.
Yeah, out in the woods where the shadows creep. I'm trying to find the legend that the people keep. Bigfoot's the name, got a story to tell. Footprints in the mud, can't you hear the bell? Whispers in the night, can you feel that chill? Bigfoot on the run, he's a legend, keep it real. Bigfoot, yeah, he's the talk of the town. Creeping through the trees, never wearing a frown. Legend of the forest, he's got a big stride. As the trap beats thump, you know he's got pride. Like I'm on a quest, searching for the homie, you know he's the best. Got my camera ready, heightened senses on blast. Snap a shot of Sasquatch, legend unsurpassed. Eyes in the dark, you can't catch what you can't see. King of the woods, living wild and free. Bigfoot, yeah, he's the talk of the town. Creeping through the trees, never wearing a frown. Legend of the forest, he's got a big stride. As the trap beats thump, you know he's got pride.